Community College basketball history. Please join us as we honor Cyrus for this momentous achievement. The National Junior College Athletic Association and Brunswick Community College promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. Brunswick Community College thanks you for your support. Now, please stand. Remove your
And a good evening to you from Brunswick Community College. Today on YouTube, it's Dolphins basketball. Dolphins basketball brought to you by Southside Medical Center, and we thank them for their support. Today, it's a crosstown rivalry here in Region 10 as your 20-8 Brunswick Dolphins host the 18-7 Cape Fear Sea Devils. Hi, everybody. Chris Shima, glad as always to be with you as we're set to go. Cape Fear in the black and Brunswick in the white. Let's meet the starters for both of these teams. First for Cape Fear 6-3 in Region 10. They start today. Number 5, Talton Jones. Number 10, Dakari Johnson. Number 23, Tori James. And number 24 is Royce Jarrett. Also starting today for Cape Fear. Number 33, TJ Smith. Starting today for your Brunswick Dolphins and head coach Walter Shaw in his 20th season. Today it's number 3, Jeremiah Pope. It's number 10, Jordan Campbell in the backcourt. Up front, number 12, Trayvon Spencer. Number 13, Adrian Scarborough. And number 32, Najee Thomas. Brunswick today looking to snap a long losing streak to the Sea Devils. They played them tough early in the year. It's the 43rd all-time meeting between these two schools as that three ball was airballed out of bounds, and Brunswick might have been better off letting that one go, but it might have been deflected as well. So, as I was saying, Cape Fear leads the all-time series 27-15. Sea Devils won the last 14. This year, Cape Fear won 86-83 back on February 12th. Brunswick actually outshot the Sea Devils in that game 48% to 45%. Both teams had 18 turnovers in that game. The difference was on the boards. Cape Fear +7 in rebounding. They had 5 more offensive rebounds, able to get up a few more shots, won by 3. Silas Love with 25 in the game. Dakari Johnson, who's also from Rayford, North Carolina. Rayford, we got you covered here tonight. He had 27 in the first meeting between these two schools. Pope right to the bucket, in and out. Najee Thomas is there to clean it up, and Brunswick starts the scoring party first. The last time Brunswick won in this series was back in 2014. It was at home, 84-67, back in early January of 2014. So Dolphins trying to snap a long losing streak, and Cape Fear is helping them out here in the early going with a couple of turnovers and empty possessions. So about a minute in, our final broadcast of this 2019-2020 campaign. One more home game to go for Cape Fear, for Brunswick. On the turnover, the run out there, James able to score to tie us at 2 apiece. Tori James over 18 points a game. 3 guys, Johnson and James, also Talton Jones, combined to score 63% of all the points for Brunswick or for Cape Fear. So Sea Devils are top heavy in scoring. Pope for 3, long on it. Tip for the rebound. It comes to Scarborough, who cleans it up. You know, Brunswick's coming off that big win against Spartanburg, their biggest against the Pioneers. First time they swept the Pioneers in program history. Right to the bucket goes Smith to tie it at 4 apiece for Cape Fear. Dolphins, they forced 20 turnovers in that game on Sunday. They outshot SMC 49% to 40%. Silas Love, 22 points, and Scarborough had 16 and 10, as you see him get on the board here moments ago. In transition, Jones out on the run. He's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. First foul of the game here at the 17:54 mark. We're even, for the moment, at 4 apiece. Talton Jones, 77% free throw shooter on the season, 14 points per game. And he swishes in the first free throw to give Cape Fear its first lead. So Brunswick right now tied for most home wins with 14-3 here at home. They're tied with the 08-09 team. Another home game coming at you on Sunday. Again, this is our last live stream, so pack up the cars and head on down and send everybody off to the Region 10 tournament with a big crowd on Sunday. Campbell on the near side, 1 out of 2 at the line, by the way, for Cape Fear, and that ball was kicked by James. So shot clock resets from 11 to 20. And it'll be Pope who will inbound So no Silas Love in the starting lineup again today. Here's Campbell out on the wing. Jordan Campbell hounded in the zone. Spencer, mid-range shot, in and out. Right now, a little bit of a lid on the bucket for the Dolphins. Getting good looks, though. Jones into the forecourt for Cape Fear. Swings it over to Smith on the wing. Dakari Johnson, the team's leading scorer. Scoops it over to James for three. Yes. So Cape Fear doubling up Brunswick. 4-0 burst for the Sea Devils, 8-4. Here's Campbell on the left wing. Campbell had his pocket picked. Jones able to save it inbounds. 4-on-3. Bounce pass goes to the cutter, and that's Jarrett. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound controlled by Spencer. Had it poked away, and Dolphins going to have to take care of the basketball today. Pope, mid-range, yes. Full court presses on for the Dolphins. Worked well on Sunday against Spartanburg. Smith to the cutter and laying it up and in is Jones. 4-point lead again for Cape Fear. 16:09 to go here in this opening half. Just underway. Chris Sheeman, glad as always to be with you one last time here in 2020. Pope scoops it up. Too strong again. Tip for the rebound. It's controlled by the Sea Devils. It was Dakari Johnson. Johnson flies into the lane looking to draw the foul. Couldn't get it to go. Ball deflected out. Spencer the rebound. Here's Campbell with numbers. Pope, another mid-range jumper, this time for the left. Yes. 2-point ball game. Again, that trapping pressure being shown by the Dolphins. Cape Fear, they like to get out and run. So if they're able to break the press, it could spell trouble. Here it's going to spell free throws for Torrey James. James 75% at the line. Second team foul on Brunswick. So we mentioned the home wins record that Brunswick has a chance for with 2 games still at home, including tonight. First free throw up and good. They're also, as a team, in line for most field goal makes in a season. That record, 1,004 back in 04-05. Currently coming into play today, Brunswick had 965. There's a few other records at play that we'll talk about as the evening rolls along. Silas Love checking into the game for Walter Shaw's team, replacing Najee Thomas. Pope, Scarborough, defender went for the steal. Other defender came, left Campbell wide open. Nice dime by Scarborough. Usually it's the other way around, but this time Campbell was all alone on the left block. Quick trigger by Johnson off the back iron. Got to think he and Silas Love are very familiar with one another, both from Rayford. Pope flies into the forecourt. Silas Love, too strong on his first shot. Jones the rebound. Again, here comes Cape Fear. In the corner, James had trouble with it. Got it out to Jarrett. Now Jones attacks. Oh, good defense by Spencer, but they say they got him with the body. 3 team fouls quickly on Brunswick here at 14:38 to go in this opening half. More free throws to come for Talton Jones, who's 1 out of 2, 77% on the season. Money on that first one, increased the Cape Fear lead. This is a Sea Devils team that will put a lot of shots up. 71 per game, as a matter of fact. That's 17th in Division I, but that's the only category they're in the top 10. Derek Wiley Jr. into the game for Brunswick as both free throws rim in. Campbell into the forecourt. Here's Wiley Jr. on the left wing. Corey Rutherford coming out for the first time for Brunswick as well. You see him there in the far corner. Silas Love doing work over Smith. Too strong. Tip for the rebound. Smith has it for the Sea Devils. So here comes Cape Fear now in transition. It's Johnson again. From the elbow, yes. Cape Fear, its biggest lead of the night so far, 16-10. Brunswick led by 4 early. Rutherford to Wiley Jr. on the far side, driving on Jones. Man defense now for the Sea Devils. Scarborough. He's got Farrell, and Farrell takes it away. Trayvon Farrell, the sophomore, in for the first time for Cape Fear off the bench. Gets a turnover for his club. Johnson with the hand in his face, short on it. Love throws it ahead. Rutherford attacks. The cutter is Wiley Jr. Beautiful. Rutherford was taken to that far side by the defender, and Wiley Jr. made a nice cut. Rutherford found him rather than taking an awkward shot from the side of the rim. Jones with the hand in his face, doesn't matter. 30 points on the board so far, 6-point lead for Cape Fear, 18-12. Campbell hounded, got it to Wiley Jr., backs it out. Dakari Johnson giving him grief. Wiley Jr. double teamed. Here's Rutherford on the left, bounce pass to Campbell, same spot, shot clock at 7. Silas Love looking for the cutter. Scarborough, ball deflected. Jones the steal. 3-on-2, make it 4-on-2. Jones takes it himself, and it's 20-12. Timeout, Walter Shaw. So Cape Fear looking good in the early going. 12:39 left to go. It's the Sea Devils by 8 here in this crosstown rivalry game. We'll be back here in just a moment. Thanks as always to Southside Medical Center for their support of Dolphins athletics. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Dolphins with some work to do right now. Active defense for Cape Fear. The Sea Devils came in averaging 8.8 steals per ball game. They've got, I believe, 4 already in the early going. Wiley Jr. out to Furlow, who's off the bench, buries a 3. Big shot by Jordan Furlow, who had 11, which tied his season high on Sunday against Spartanburg. Staying hot in the early going off the bench. This is Nkalade out to Farrell, who misses the 3. Then Bailey Nkalade wearing number 1. Also James Dakari Johnson remaining out there. Jones, that's the 5 with Farrell. Catch and shoot 3 by James. Can't get it to go. Got to get the rebound if you're Brunswick and you want to win this game. They let another one go. This was the problem in the first meeting. It was a 3-point ball game, and Brunswick would have won if they did a better job on the glass. Dakari Johnson trying to make them pay. Attacking and scoring. So that last shot by Furlow apparently was a 2-pointer. So the correct score, 22-14. I had it as a 3. The scoreboard at the gym has it as a 2. Reese McDonald also out there. So McDonald, Rutherford, Wiley Jr., who bounce passes it away, and Silas Love with Furlow out on the court. Farrell right around the defense, goes in and out. Tip up by James, no. And Kalade scoops it underneath. That was Jones, the recipient. Cape Fear by 10. Dolphins got to look alive here. This bench lineup plus Silas Love. Love, man, they just cannot hang on to the basketball right now. Sloppy play. Sea Devils trying to pounce. Way off on that shot by James, though. Cape Fear coming up empty off the turnover there. McDonald out to Rutherford, 4-3. Missed it long. Long rebound to Reese. Ball batted back. Out to Wiley Jr. Open look. Yes. That was a 3 for Derek Wiley Jr. looking for big things for him next year. He's going to have more opportunity, certainly as a sophomore. He's a good-looking player, and he has only gotten better as the season has gone on. So we're past the midway point of this opening half, 9:47 to be exact. Johnson had trouble with it, couldn't catch it. He could have, but he would have been called for a turnover either way, so he lets it go out of bounds. Jeremiah Pope coming back into the game. And Wiley Jr. will go to the bench. But before that, a timeout will step aside. 9:46 left to go. Brunswick trying to hang around. We'll be back. Well, it's been nice to work with Walter Shaw here in what I'm calling the beta year for this remote live streaming service that I've provided. And if your team is looking to enhance your coverage, enhance your live stream, and add my commentary to it, a good way to gain revenue, add sponsors to the broadcast, help with player recruiting, all those good things. There's my website to learn more. And third year working with Walter Shaw, and it's been a pleasure every year, especially this year. There is a little bit of work to do on your end if you're interested in doing the remote thing, but I try to make it as easy as possible with tutorials, and Walter Shaw and I have a good idea for how to improve things next year. Hopefully I'll be fortunate enough to come on back next year and do this again for you, and I've got a lot of ideas and ways to improve the coverage for you, so looking forward to it. Silas loves scoring out of that timeout, so it's a 5-point ball game. James on the wing, spins into the lane, goes glass too strong. Furlow the rebound out to Reese McDonald. So here come the Dolphins after falling behind by 10, cutting the deficit in half here. McDonald, I was curious because he does so much with the minutes that he's on the floor as Pope airballs. Love tried to get the putback. It went in and out. Get this. I looked at the per 40. That's your stats if you play all 40 minutes of every game. What would you average? Guess what Reese McDonald's assists average would be? 66.1. How about that, Caitlin? What do you think? Incredible numbers off the bench for Reese McDonald. Remember, when Jordan Campbell was hurt, Reese filled in for him and really stepped up his production. He'll try a three now up top and hit it. So Brunswick, it's a 9-1 run after falling behind by 10. The lead is down to 2. Make it 8-0. It was 24-14. Like I said, folks, at Bowling Green education. Dakari Johnson answers right back with the hand in his face. Sea Devils back up by 5. 27-22. This is more of the game that we expected to get. Brunswick had been sloppy, although credit Cape Fear, their defense was very active in the early stages. But Brunswick starting to settle down. Rutherford from the half circle, skies it for Pope in the corner, guarded by Green. Takes the mid-range shot. Shot clock was winding down. It was no good. Farrell the rebound. Farrell up top, fakes the three, driving on Furlow, scoops it up, too short. Farrell another rebound. Jordan Furlow gets the board. Here's Rutherford for three, yes. 2-point ball game yet again, 27-25. So it was Farrell missing, Furlow with the rebound on that last effort. Dakari Johnson gets a screen. McDonald able to stay with him. Over Rutherford, can't get it. Silas Love throws it ahead. Corey Rutherford. That was a pass. I'm calling that one a pass. Rutherford on the reverse. Silas Love cleans it up. 6:26 left to go here in this opening half. All tied at 27. Sea Devils have led by as many as 10. Brunswick by 4. Encolade for 3. No. Boy, Farrell, the little guy, almost had that rebound, and then a reach by Encolade as the other little guy, Reese McDonald, comes out of there. That's the first team foul on Cape Fear with 6:14 left to go. Neither one of these teams really foul a lot, so it's not too much of a shocker that we don't have anywhere close to the fouls. My goodness, that Pioneers team on Sunday, they couldn't do anything but foul. If you weren't with us on Sunday, it was a 7-hour game because of all the free throws. Might be exaggerating a little bit, but not too much. Spencer back out there. Pope, defender gambled. Pope steps right, can't get the 3 to go. Love the offensive rebound. McDonald, what a pass out to Spencer. Can't get the 3 to go, though. Smith back out there for the Sea Devils, pulls down another board. You know, all the scoring that we've talked about from Silas Love, 10 double-doubles this year. He's 33rd in rebounding in Division I with 9.2 per ball game. His rebounding has been tops this year. Jones lost it out of bounds. Aggressive defense there for the Dolphins as Jones tried to split them, but turned it over instead. So a low-scoring game for both of these teams. Cape Fear averages about 88 a game. Brunswick 22nd in Division I at 91.5. McDonald, Scarborough, Pope, Love, and Spencer. That's the 5 right now for Brunswick. Scarborough being more aggressive and scoring to give Brunswick the lead back. First time they've led in quite a while. Inside 5 to go, 4:57 to be exact. Kari Johnson takes it, free throw line extended, missed it. Spencer the board. Brunswick looking to push. Oh, offensive foul call on Scarborough. What do you think about that one, folks in Raleigh? I see Marlena on the chat. I don't know about that one. It was tight. I like to think my 20th year in broadcasting, primary focus has been on basketball during those 2 decades, and that's not to mention the years and years of watching it as a kid growing up. What is a charge and what's not a charge really depends on who's got the whistle that night. Trayvon Farrell coming into the game. It looks like a Sea Devil might be shaken up. I believe Torrey James is limping over near the water cooler on the far side of your screen in a wet spot. And Talton Jones says, I'll clean that up, no problem. No ego from me. Give me the towel, let me do this. Hopefully that wasn't the issue for James, but he is not doing well over on the Sea Devils bench right now. 4:34 remaining. Cape Fear trying to get back on top. They were up by 10, 24-14. Since then, 15-3, the extended run for Brunswick. Another turnover by Cape Fear. So Brunswick was sloppy early. Now the Sea Devils are sloppy here late in this first half. Pope between the circles. Here's McDonald. Najee Thomas back out there. Out to Reese, 9 to shoot. McDonald can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Dakari Johnson, who I believe has played every minute so far. Going 100 miles an hour, Jones, tried to throw it down, couldn't do it. Now Pope's going to get to the line, drawing the foul on Dakari Johnson. So Jones tried for a highlight play. He had one of them on Monday. Oh, no, they say that's a turnover on Brunswick? Interesting. Okay, so instead of a foul, a turnover. Brunswick does maintain a 2-point lead. Jones to the baseline, doubled up, got it out. Smith for three, no. Love's got the board. Pope for three, yes. Jeremiah Pope has cooled off a little bit as the season has gone on, and still, by the way, over 40% from downtown, but looking good here tonight. Smith into the circle, into the lane, rejected by Thomas. Silas Love goes behind the back to Najee, ball batted around. Now the Sea Devils come out, and they're going to get an easy one here, laid up and in by Farrell. Inside 3 to go here in this opening half. Good first half overall for the Dolphins. They got sloppy for a few minutes there, but leading by 3. Pope, ooh, he could have shot it if he wanted to. Waited, though. Najee Thomas, double team, throws it up anyways. Bad possession there. Jones blocked from behind, and they call a foul on Thomas. The home crowd cannot believe it. That's his first. 5th team foul on Brunswick, just 1 on Cape Fear, and we've seen a lot more Cape Fear free throws so far in this first half than we have Brunswick. And that might be the reason for some of the groans that you're hearing. So Jones back at the line. And good on the first. What have I been saying for 3 years now? Ball don't lie. So if he makes these free throws, then it was a legit call. James, good to see him back out there. Torrey James checking back in after being shaken up earlier for Cape Fear. Jones, good on both. 1-point ball game. Much like the first meeting, this one's been pretty tight for most of it. Silas Love, Najee Thomas off the glass and in. Patient offense there. Fast but patient. What do I mean by that? Well, Silas Love waited for the eyes to be drawn to him. Then, right when that happened, got it over to Najee Thomas. Dakari Johnson now for the Sea Devils. Splits the defense. The floater, yes. From about 10 feet out. 1-point game again. Brunswick quickly into the forecourt. Look out. That was out of bounds. Yeah, good eye. Good eye by the official there. Pope didn't think so, but another turnover. Jeremiah Pope, 78 now, 3-pointers made this season. He's 12 behind tying Lysander Bracey for most all-time in a season. That number is 90. Bracey did it back in the 2015-16 year. Rutherford's also in the conversation, but Corey came in today with 69 3-pointers. He's going to have a lot of work to do in the second half of this game and then on Sunday, as will Pope, by the way. It looks like that record might not fall like we thought it might. Nice block and takeaway, Najee Thomas. Silas Love, alley-oop to Najee, who throws it off the glass and in. The highlight play and the celebration for the Dolphins. 1:11 left to go here in this opening half, and Brunswick leads by 3. We'll take a quick timeout, come back, close out the half here in 30 seconds. Today's game brought to you by Southside Medical Center. Chris Sheeman back here with you, about a minute to go in this first half. Brunswick on top by 3. This is Jones taking it left of the lane. Can't get the jumper. Ball tapped out. Dakari Johnson's got the offensive board, and the Sea Devils will set up the offense. Johnson goes baseline. No good on the jumper, and over to back call on Jarrett. Just a second team foul for Cape Fear. Just 7 combined fouls called. Well played first half for both of these two teams. Both teams went through little stretches where they were turning the ball over and playing sloppily, but overall, very entertaining first half. Spencer top of the key. Love at the free throw line. Silas throws it up. No. Spencer, no. Thomas with the dunk. Back-to-back dunks for Najee Thomas, this time on the offensive glass. Brunswick by 5. They have not beaten Cape Fear since 2014. Last shot time for Jones and the Sea Devils. Here's James. Now Jarrett. Jarrett had it poked away out of bounds. Last touch by Trayvon Spencer. Good defense by Spencer, but still 6.7 left to go on this possession for the Sea Devils. It'll be James the inbound. Well, they wanted to get it to Dakari, and they did. Johnson over to James to beat the buzzer. Off the back of the rim, no good, and Brunswick takes a 5-point lead into the locker room, 38-33 after 20 minutes of play. Entertaining first half. These two rivals getting at it. And we expect the last 20 to be even better. So come on back in about 15 minutes. You're watching Dolphins basketball on YouTube. Once again, your halftime score, it's Brunswick 36, Cape Fear 33. We'll be back here in just a little bit. Dolphins basketball on YouTube is brought to you by Southside Medical Center. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Second half is underway, 38-33. Your Dolphins with the lead as Scarborough has his first shot of this second half rejected. Jones gets it out to James for three, and Cape Fear coming out hot, cutting the deficit down to 2. It was a game of runs. Brunswick with a 15-3 extended run to take the lead. Silas Love blocked. Second effort, he's fouled and will go to the line. But before that, Cape Fear led at one point in that first half, 24-14 before that 15-3 extended run for the Dolphins gave them the lead in a tight game back and forth ever since that point. So that's the first foul on TJ Smith. Love at the line. He has struggled this year. 59% coming into play today from the charity stripe. Misses the first one. Silas Love, 20 out of 25 from the field in his last 2 games. Missed the free throw. The program's all-time leading scorer now, passing C.C. Williams, the great C.C. Williams, who was nice enough to offer his congratulations to Silas via social media. James trying to stay hot. He's 1 for 2 now. Spencer with the rebound. So Love is starting the second half in place of Najee Thomas. The rest of the starters are out there for Brunswick. Campbell, Spencer, Scarborough, and Jeremiah Pope. Looks like the same starting 5 for Cape Fear. Oh, nice give and go. And the two-hand jam by Spencer. Cut right to the hoop. Again, all eyes on Silas Love. Great passing forward. After talking nonstop about his scoring abilities for the last few weeks, I feel it's appropriate that we mention other parts of his game as well. Spencer for 3. 5-0 Trayvon Spencer run. And Brunswick with its biggest lead of the night, it's 7. If you're just joining us, Cape Fear has won the last 14 meetings between these two schools. This is the 43rd all-time meeting. It was a 3-point win for Cape Fear at home back in the early portion of this month. Last Brunswick win on their home floor back in 2014. Shot clock now at 10. Extra possession. Smith had it poked away, and they say Cape Fear touched it last. So turnover will give the ball back to Brunswick, and an early sub as Jarrett goes out, and I believe that's Trayvon Farrell coming back into the game. So just underway here in this second half, 17:54 remaining in the ball game. Brunswick by 7, looking to add to its biggest lead of the night. Jeremiah Pope on the wing. Guarded by Jones, man-to-man. They're looking to get it to Scarborough. He's got the shorter Farrell on him. Instead, Silas Love attacks. Throws it up. No. Scarborough tried to bat it. No. Spencer stripped. Stays with it. Gets it out to Pope. 4-3. No. Scarborough trying to get the offensive rebound for a 4th time, and it goes out of bounds. So Sea Devils survive that one. And they're back on the offensive side of things. Dakari Johnson scoops it to Jones. Swings it out to Farrell for 3. Rims it in. So 2 3-pointers here in this second half so far for Cape Fear. Their deficit is 4. Campbell got a screen. Missed the jumper. Smith the rebound. Here come the Sea Devils. Farrell, try it from this side. Not that time. Offensive rebound. James, the putback, no. And nobody rebounding underneath. Dakari Johnson with an easy 2. Brunswick's really made him work, the team's leading scorer for Cape Fear. Dakari Johnson has had the work. You don't want to give a good scorer, a great scorer, let me change that adjective, like Johnson, an easy look. So 2-point ball game after Brunswick led by 7. Jeremiah Pope surveys. Scarborough flips it to Love. Love throws it up. No. Offensive rebound. Didn't touch the glass. Rejected on the putback. And Brunswick's not going to beat the shot clock. So trouble underneath. Courtesy of the center, TJ Smith. Averages a little over a block per ball game. And he has provided some difficulty for the Brunswick interior today. Dalton Jones. Now Johnson for three. Can't get it to go. Tip for the rebound. Silas Love has it. Silas is still in the backcourt. Now gets it to Campbell, who brings it all the way to the hoop and scores. Jordan Campbell turning on the Jets. 4-point ball game, 45-41. Now a steal by Campbell, and then he throws it away. Dakari Johnson anticipated. Farrell again, not that time. Ball goes off Spencer, I believe. No, they say it was last touched by Cape Fear. So Brunswick gets it back, leading by 4. $15:33 remaining here in this second half. Silas Love over 2 defenders, blocked but fouled. I believe that's going to be on James. Second team foul on Cape Fear, none yet on Brunswick. Overall, this game has moved along very quickly, in part because of the limited foul calls. Both teams playing good, strong defense without fouling for the most part. Love is now 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. Bailey and Kalade coming into the game for Cape Fear, replacing TJ Smith. And Love rims it in. So Brunswick's lead is 5, 46-41, 16:25 remaining in the ball game. Jones into the forecourt for the Sea Devils, guarded by Pope. Attacks, gets it out, and Kalade for 3. Grazes the rim, that's all. Followed his shot, and he's going to be fouled. That's Scarborough, I believe, the guilty party. That's 3 on Scarborough. Throwaway. Had trouble with the inbound. Pope out on the run, flips it up. No. Spencer, is that a dunk? It's a field goal. Trayvon Spencer threw it down. And James comes right back from the corner and buries a triple. So Brunswick's lead is 4, 48-44. Silas Love's going to be fouled. And that'll be the 3rd on Cape Fear. Taking a look at the replay. Man, Trayvon Spencer flew in there, was falling to his right, extended his hand, able to quote-unquote dunk the ball in. Spencer now for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Jones, and he got popped in the face. Second team foul on Brunswick. And that's on Scarborough. That's his 4th. So Jordan Furlow will come into the game for Adrian. $14:37 left to go in the game. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. Our final broadcast of this 2019-2020 season. Brunswick has one more home game remaining as Jones throws it up and in. 2-point ball game. They will take on another combine team, and that will be Sunday at 3 p.m. Be sure to drive down and check out the final regular season game. Then Brunswick and the Sea Devils will head to the Region 10 tournament on March 5th. That'll be up in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Jordan Furlow, 5 points off the bench here in this ball game. First bucket of the second half. Sandhills Community College will host the Division I Region 10 tournament, and that thing is going to be off the hook. That is going to be a fun tournament. James, open look, in and out. He was hot at the start of the half. Couldn't get the open shot to go, though. Campbell, alley-oop to Spencer. Ball deflected. Good defense there by Cape Fear. Catch and shoot 3 is no good by Dakari Johnson. Pope's got the board. Pope looking to push. Pull up for mid-range. Yes, just inside the lane. Lead back to 6. for Brunswick. 13-18 remaining. Brunswick wins today. They will have the most home wins in program history. They're tied right now with the 08-09 team. 14 wins against 3 losses. Great home record this year for Brunswick. Furlow for 3. Oh, I thought that was going down. Spencer got the rebound. The putback is no good. And that ball deflected out of bounds, and it's last touch, they say, by Cape Fear. 12:52 remaining. Shot clock is reset to 20, and hold on. I think they're going to talk about that. It was at 17, the shot clock. This is one of those games, we were talking about it earlier in the year, to get ready for that Region 10 tournament. If you're Brunswick and you want to win that thing, make some noise in that thing, you're going to have to beat one or probably 2 of these top teams in that tournament. Brunswick will be 4th, most likely, in Region 10. What a play. Man, that brought everybody off their feet. Holy cow. Attacking now and coming up short. That was Jones. Good defense by the Dolphins. 54-46 is the correct score on your screen, by the way. Brunswick turning it over here. Now numbers for Cape Fear. Dakari Johnson, open look, and he buries a 3. I think we're going to get a substitution timeout here as Cameron Green coming in for Cape Fear, replacing Talton Jones. Another wet spot out on the floor as well. So if you're Brunswick, you've had close losses against Cape Fear, against USC Salkehatchie. Those are 2 teams that are certainly going to make noise. Caldwell as well. Salkehatchie right now the favorite. But anything can happen in tournament time. So the Dolphins will likely finish 4th in the conference. They will be the 4 seed. They have an outside shot at the 3 seed. They need Cape Fear to lose not only today, but they need Cape Fear to lose to Denmark Tech, who hasn't won a game all year. And that's a lot to ask. That ball thrown away. Good defense there by James. And Colade into the forecourt now for Cape Fear. He'll back it out, wait for his teammates, and now attack. Flips it up over Furlow and scores. So back-to-back buckets for the Sea Devils. 11:30 left to go. 3-point ball game, 54-51. Campbell up top. Pope on the right. Pope pulls up, buries a 3. I don't know what Green was doing defensively there. You got to know Jeremiah Pope is an excellent 3-point shooter. Ball deflected out. Good defense there by Brunswick. Furlow with the strip. It'll remain Brunswick ball. Corey Rutherford, Reese McDonald coming in. Silas Love and Jordan Campbell will go to the bench for Brunswick. Dakari Johnson to inbound for Cape Fear. Just 4 seconds off the shot clock. Shot clock has not been a factor much here tonight. Dakari Johnson, corner 3, missed it long. Spencer gathers. Here comes McDonald. Gets it out to Spencer, who throws it up and in. 59-51. This is the biggest lead for Brunswick. 8. That's going to be an offensive foul called on James. Torrey James, the guilty party. Turning it over. Biggest lead of the game. Cape Fear led 24-14. Brunswick a chance to go up double figures on this possession. Yeah, Green goes to the bench. It looks like Jones is back out there now for the Sea Devils. Cape Fear 18-7, 5-2 on the road, and 6-3 in Region 10 play. The Dolphins are 20-8, 14-3 at home, 6-5 in Region 10. Here's Jeremiah Pope. So Furlow and Spencer, McDonald, Rutherford, and Pope. The 5 on the floor. Shot clock winding down. It's at 4. McDonald recognizes floater, and that dies on the glass. Jump ball will go to Cape Fear. Derek Wiley Jr. coming into the game, played good minutes and short minutes off the bench, giving Jeremiah Pope a breather in the first half. He now gives him a rest here in the second, hit a 3. Nearing the midway point of this final half, Dolphins leading by 8. Cape Fear, always a danger though. Dakari Johnson driving on Furlow, swings it out, and Kalade fakes the 3, buries the mid-range jumper. Bailey's a good shooter, over 7 a game off the bench, good role player for Cape Fear. Maurice McDonald out near midcourt directing traffic for Brunswick. It's Wiley Jr. on the near side. Rutherford, catch and shoot. Yes! 4-3, Corey Rutherford, 9-point game. Rutherford, 44% from behind the arc. He has been red hot in this second semester in particular. 48% shooter overall from the field. And Kalade for 3, short, offensive rebound put back by James, no, but stays with it and eventually scores. Torrey James, good shooter at 46%, by the way. McDonald is held by Johnson. That's going to be 5 team fouls now on Cape Fear. Silas Love, Najee Thomas coming back in as Walter Shaw looks to take advantage of the size discrepancy right now. TJ Smith on the bench. And I think, yeah, Cape Fear is going to counter. Good sub there by the Sea Devils as Farrell, who's played well, but got to go with some size. Smith comes right off the bench. Rutherford. Now Wiley Jr. Reese McDonald. McDonald goes to the wing. Silas Love looking to back down. Lost the handle on it. And it's going to be a steal for Jones. Good defense there by Jones to gather. And Kalade flips it off the glass. No. Nice box out by Rutherford on the board. Wiley Jr. steps right. The 3, yes! Biggest lead of the night for Brunswick, matching the biggest lead for either team, 65-55, 8:20 left to go. Dolphins trying to get the monkey off their backs and in this long losing streak to the Sea Devils. We'll be back. Dolphins basketball brought to you by Southside Medical Center. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Getting late in this one. Brunswick looking good here in this second half. They have their biggest lead of the night. Johnson trying to answer, and he does. Cold-blooded. Dakari Johnson, 11th in scoring in Division I at 23.2 points per ball game, 42% from downtown. And it's a 7-point game, 7:53 left to go, and we have a turnover by the Dolphins here. Now, if you're Brunswick, this Cape Fear team can put up points quickly. That's been their MO for years now. And you do not want to let them get back in it. Need a good defensive possession right here and get a stop. Attacking is Smith, couldn't get it to go. Nice box out, Najee Thomas with the rebound. Reese McDonald into the forecourt. McDonald takes it left of the lane. Now he'll back it out. 7.5 remaining. Brunswick by 7. Reese looking for Silas Love. Gets it to him. Love size advantage. Lost the dribble and lost the handle. Another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers for Brunswick. Sloppy out of the timeout. Dakari Johnson on the ball, 14th in field goal attempts and makes, 25th in three-point attempts and makes, Dakari Johnson. 4-3, yes! And just like that, it's a two-possession game. Dakari Johnson with a 6-0 run of his own. He and Silas Love, both from Rayford, North Carolina. Good basketball area. The whole state is a good basketball area. Oh boy, look out. Who was that off of? Luckily, Johnson touched it last off the Wiley Jr. pass. So 6-0 run for Cape Fear. Brunswick looking for a score to answer. Silas Love over two defenders. Somehow got that to go. He ain't the all-time leading scorer for nothing, folks. That was trickeration. Johnson. Double team comes, and Kalade goes around the defense and draws the foul. But if you're Brunswick, you'll live with that. Biggs underneath have to rotate over. A little bit late that time, so free throws to come. 65% shooter, Bailey and Kalade. And I took a stab at his name. I apologize, folks. I hope I got it right. Brunswick has a lot of fouls to use up before they send Cape Fear into the penalty. First free throw up and good, 5-point game. Both teams going on runs immediately after the opponent went up by 10. Brunswick did the same in the first half that Cape Fear is doing here to cut into this Dolphins lead. This 43rd all-time meeting, it's a dandy so far. Royce Jarrett coming back in for Cape Fear. Brunswick right now with Wiley Jr., Reese McDonald, Rutherford, Love, and Thomas. That's the 5 for the Fish. Derek Wiley Jr., trouble with it. Got it out to Rutherford in the corner. Shot clock at 12. Reese McDonald now takes it right side. Here's Silas Love. Over to Wiley Jr., corner three. Got it again. Derek Wiley Jr. with 2 3-pointers, 2 big 3-pointers here in this second half off the bench. 7-point game. James had the hot hand out of the gate in the second half. Misses that 3. Offensive rebound. Jones to Johnson. Johnson buries a 3. 4-point game again. 5:34 remaining. Reese McDonald gets it to Wiley Jr. Guarded by Johnson. Gets a screen, open look. Not that time. Heat check for Derek. Here comes the Sea Devils. Johnson. Johnson takes it left. Here's James using the baseline. The runner, short. Ball tipped. Offensive rebound by James. Then he turns it over. 4-on-2 for the Dolphins. Rutherford, 4-3. No. Najee Thomas deflects it out. Jarrett's got the rebound. James attacking, scoring, and a foul. A chance to make it a 1-point game. Maurice McDonald picking up his first. And I believe that's Brunswick's fourth here in the half. Adrian Scarborough, he's got 4 fouls back out there. Jeremiah Pope also checking back in. Joining McDonald, Rutherford, and Love as the 5 on the floor. 3-point play completes. It's a 1-point ball game. Trayvon Farrell coming in for Torrey James now. .448 and counting. Dolphins had led by 10. Cape Fear has worked themselves right back in it. Jeremiah Pope attacks off the bench, had it blocked. Smith. Now to Johnson for 3. No. Tipped rebound, Rutherford. Here's Pope. Bounce past the Love. The reverse. Couldn't get it. Pope couldn't get the tip. Oh, Dolphins blew an opportunity there. Oh, the rocket pass underneath Jarrett. And Cape Fear has come from 10 back. They lead by 1. No timeout. 4:08 left to go, and might have an issue with the clock never started. Shot clock, the game clock did, shot clock did not. Well, the momentum right now with Cape Fear, and Brunswick's got to answer. Scarborough will inbound it, 5 seconds off the shot clock, so 25 on the shot clock. That has not factored in, as I mentioned earlier, too much here today. Shot clock didn't start again. And it looks like we might have a stoppage here. So we're going to have a timeout. They're going to work on the clock issue. 4:05 left to go. 1-point game. It's a nail-biter here at Brunswick. We'll be back. All right, folks, 22 on the shot clock. Brunswick down by 1. Reese McDonald will come out. Jordan Campbell coming back in. So essentially the starters are out there for Brunswick. Love, Scarborough, Spencer, Pope, and Campbell. Scarborough's got 4 fouls. Everybody else is pretty clean. Campbell driving. He's tied up, and they call a foul on Jones. That will be 6 on Cape Fear. So free throws to come for Brunswick on the next defensive set foul. 3:53 to go. Shot clock back at 20 now. If you're just joining us, Cape Fear had a 10-point lead in the first half, 24-14. Brunswick a 10-point lead here in the second half as Jeremiah Pope goes to the baseline and puts his team back up by 1. So both teams have had decent-sized leads in the game, but for the most part, it's been nip and tuck. And Kalade back out there, swings it out, open look, Farrell, short on the three. Pope the rebound. Dolphins trying to extend on a one-point advantage. Spencer in the corner, trying to drive on the baseline. The step back, yes! Trayvon Spencer, 45th, shooting 63%. Can you believe there's 44 other guys shooting better than that in Division I? Jones, count the bucket and the foul. So Jones will go to the line with a chance to tie us. Nip and tuck. Farrell out, coming back in, Torrey James. Tie ball game, 74 apiece. Inside 3 to go, 2:55 to be exact. These two rivals have put on a show here tonight. It's been fun to watch. It's been fun watching guys like Silas Love and Scarborough and Thomas and Pope. We only got Jeremiah for 1 year, but what a year it was. Pope answers back again. Brunswick by 2. It's going to be real fun to see where their careers continue after this season is over. I'm sure there's a lot of 4-year programs watching this game tonight who are taking a good look at him. James can't get the 3. Brunswick out on the run. Here is Campbell. Draws the foul. Nice job by Jordan Campbell. 156 total assists on the year for Jordan coming into play today. Averages 6.2 per game. That's 18th best in Division I. Good free throw shooter, too, at 75%. 76-74. That was the 7th team foul on Cape Fear, by the way. Chance to make it now a 2-possession game with 2:11 left to go. The effort by both of these teams today, this has been a lot of fun. It's good to go out on a high note. Our last broadcast of the year has been a dandy. 2-possession game, Campbell gets them both. Johnson's in the corner. Swung over to Nkalade on the wing. What a pass. Beautiful pass to James, who scores and the foul. So Torrey James will go to the line. Chance to complete an old school 3-point play, make it a 1-point game again. Buckle up. James gets it to go. Big players playing big minutes here in the closing minutes of this one. 1-point game, 1:56 left to go. It'll be Brunswick ball after this timeout. Don't go too far. Well, I want to thank Southside Medical Center, all our sponsors all year long for their support of Dolphins athletics. I'm Chris Sheeman, and we got us a barn burner, 78-77. Brunswick has not beaten Cape Fear since 2014. 149 away. They have the lead. Pope for three. Can't get it to go. Tried to follow the shot. Sea Devils out on the run now. Attacking is Jones. Can't get it to go. Tipped rebound. Goes out to Johnson. Buries a three. And Cape Fear leading by two. This is our biggest lead of the half, by the way. Two. That's how tight it's been. 124 left to go. Dolphins got to continue playing their game. Don't get tight. They're looking in for Silas Love. Pope has it on the wing. Shot clock is at 10 now. Spencer will answer. Yes! Brunswick by one. 81-80. 105 left to go. This is 3 years into doing games at Brunswick. This is the best game for either team that I've done. Johnson, offensive foul. Ooh, big call. Cape Fear pointing to the restricted area, but Dolphins outside it. They get the turnover. 1 point ball game. Another wet spot out on the floor. This is fun, isn't it? This is what basketball should be. So Campbell will walk it across the timeline into the forecourt. This is basically a 2-for-1 here for Brunswick with 40 seconds remaining. Double pump. Oh, Pope got it to go on a double pump. And they do go 2-for-1, so no matter what happens here, Brunswick will get it back, and Cape Fear will call timeout. Neither team with a foul to give, so you see the fouls there on your top left, 8-6. Both teams are in the 1-1. 8-second difference between the game and shot clock. The possession arrow, I believe, does favor Brunswick here. And looks like this is going to be a full timeout, folks, so we're going to step aside real quick. You don't want to go too far, though. Brunswick trying to hang on. Well, you know, folks, I've thanked Walter Shaw. I've thanked our friends at Southside Medical and all of our sponsors. How about I thank you guys as well? Thanks for tuning in, especially the Dolphins fans who have been with us all year long. 8-second difference between game and shot clock here. Cape Fear with the basketball down by 3. Dolphins trying to win for the first time since 2014 against the Sea Devils. Jones into the forecourt. Jones drives, almost ran out of real estate, turns it over. Campbell the steal, and the foul. Scarborough will go to the line. Brunswick can taste it now. With 19 seconds left to go, Adrian Scarborough, 67% free throw shooter. You need one if you're Brunswick. You want two, but you need one to make it a two-possession game. Scarborough missed. And the ball goes out of bounds, so front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. And Cape Fear still with a shot here, 18.5. This is a good three-point shooting team. We've seen it on display all evening long. Another timeout is called. We will step aside again. Eighteen and a half seconds left for Cape Fear, and this is a chance. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. This is enough time for 2 possessions if you go quickly, and they've got the Jets to do that. Dakari Johnson, that's the man you want if you're going to take a 3. He pulls up. We are tied at 83. So Brunswick will have a few seconds to work with. But that was a little too easy defensively for the Dolphins. Dakari Johnson, I'd have sent 2 guys at him without question. So Brunswick, I believe, will call timeout here. Now, what's going on here? Okay, it is a timeout. So 10.4 left to work with for Brunswick here to try to get the game-winning shot and end this long losing streak to Cape Fear that dates all the way back to 2014. Do we have a Hutchinson watching the game today? Is that how big this one is? I believe we do. Hi to Cassie and Chris Campbell and all the folks who have been checking in on the YouTube chat. We appreciate you, and thanks for watching all season long. We're going to go away for about 30 seconds. Brunswick will take the final shot here, try to win it in regulation. We'll be back. '83 all, 10 seconds to go. Brunswick with the basketball. Trayvon Spencer into the forecourt. Spencer with 5. Spencer cut off, gets it out. Campbell. Campbell for the win! No, and we will go to overtime. 40 minutes of outstanding basketball. Let's do 5 more. How about it? We'll be back with overtime here in just a moment. Stay tuned. Well, another issue at the scoring table has us held up here for just a little bit, folks. Again, overtime is coming up here in just a couple of moments, so stay with us and we'll get going here in just a few seconds. Dolphins basketball on YouTube, brought to you by Southside Medical Center. You're underway here in overtime as Brunswick controls the opening tip. If you're just joining us, go back and watch the replay when we're done. It's been a dandy. Pope can't get the runner. Love can't get the tap. Both teams have led by as many as 10, but overall it's been a tight game. Johnson to Incolade, drives in, almost threw it away. Ball tapped out, now it is a steal. Campbell throws it ahead. Pope tips it to Spencer, who's blocked from behind. No foul there. Great defense by Jarrett on the rejection for Cape Fear. Brunswick trying to win for the first time against the Sea Devils since 2014. Dakari Johnson to the bucket, and Cape Fear strikes first in overtime. Hi to Marcus Graham on the YouTube chat. We got basketball royalty coming out of the woodwork here tonight. Marcus, part of the 2009-2010 championship team. Scarborough fouled on the floor, and he'll go to the line for 2. Double bonus for Walter Shaw's team. 16 fouls on Brunswick here, just underway, a minute into overtime. Scarborough, he's been hot of late, 26 points, 10 of 18 shooting in his last 2 games. Trying to tie it up now with this second free throw. Played well in the early stages of this game. Adrian got into some foul trouble, had to go to the bench, but he ties us at 85 apiece. Just inside 4 minutes to go here in overtime. Johnson hit a 3 to tie it for Cape Fear. Gets it to Incolade. The cutter is Jones. The reverse, yes. Sea Devils by 2, 87-85. Brunswick has not been able to win the close one this year. Trying to get it done here tonight. Campbell thought about it. Silas Love over 2 defenders. Got it to go. Tied again at 87. 3:15 remaining here in overtime. Johnson, top of the key, goes left of the lane. Looking for help. Gets it to the cutter, James. James has played well today. Got another bucket. Back and forth we go, 89-87. Campbell into the forecourt. Throws it up for Love, and he's fouled from behind. Jones, good sportsmanship there. Nice hard foul. No ill intent. So that was Jones on the foul. That's his 3rd. Double bonus again for Brunswick. Silas Love back at the line. He's had some troubles here tonight. The all-time leading scorer for Brunswick, Silas Love. Money on the first. Silas Love, most points in a game, most points all time, a number of records at Brunswick for Silas Love. He's also shooting, by the way, 70% from the field. That's 10th best in Division I. 1 out of 2 from the line, though, so Cape Fear maintains a 1-point lead. 2:48 remaining here in overtime. Johnson into the forecourt. Goes right to James. Now Jones. Jones lost it. Steal by Spencer. Pope trying to chase it down and save it. He does to Love, who puts it up and puts it in. Brunswick by 1, 90-89. Game of the year in Region 10, no doubt about it. Johnson to James. James tied up, jump ball. Wait a minute, is it a foul call? Yeah, they got Brunswick with the reach. Might be a good call, if I'm being honest. That's 7th team foul on Brunswick as well, so it'll be a 1-and-1 here. Are they going to say he was in the act of shooting? Well, either way, Torrey James is at the line. Pretty good free throw shooter at 75%. So it is a 1-and-1. And we're tied at 90, and this one can put Cape Fear back up. And the ping pong here in overtime continues on. So Cape Fear does lead now by 1. We've got 2:10 left to go here in possibly our first overtime. A steal and an easy bucket blown. Oh my. Make the easy play. That was awful. Campbell got tripped up. No call. No call. Campbell got tripped up. And they don't blow the whistle. So both teams shooting themselves in the foot here. Just make the easy play. You can work on your highlight reel when you play Denmark Tech this weekend. Just make the easy play if you're Cape Fear. Dakari Johnson takes it to the right side. Smith top of the key. Back to Johnson. Triggers a 3. Buries it. Big bucket now for Cape Fear as they lead by 4. And we have a timeout. Minute 35 left to go. Brunswick in some trouble here. Got to get a score on this next possession. We'll be back. Minute 35 to go. Brunswick down by 4. Some work to do here in this overtime period for Brunswick. Both of these teams have been up to the challenge, though, and plenty of time to work with here for Brunswick. Jeremiah Pope pulls up. Can't get the 3 to go. Brunswick's gone cold. Rebound controlled by James, and now if you're Cape Fear, you run some clock. It's a 2-possession game no matter what. Work the clock down. That's exactly what they're going to do. Johnson to Jones. James lost it. Great defense. Corey Rutherford with the steal, and he's fouled. Big play there for a couple of reasons for Brunswick. You not only get that turnover, still a minute left, roughly 3 possessions to go in the game, and you shoot free throws with the clock stopped. Corey Rutherford, 65% from the free throw line. Good on the first. So 1-possession game. Rutherford can make it a 2-point game. And he does. Big free throws there. Now you play defense. Spencer comes in for Rutherford, so offense for defense for Walter Shaw. Trayvon Spencer has played well. Some light pressure here for Brunswick. Trying to force a turnover. No trouble there. Oh, yes it is. A steal. A steal by Love. Gets it out to Pope, and offensive foul called on Silas Love. Jones got in his way, and a tough call there. So 48 seconds. You're still in good position here for Brunswick. Another wet spot out on the floor that they're working on. Play good defense. Have a shot to tie or win the game. Cape Fear is a pretty good free throw shooting team overall. I'm looking for weaknesses in free throws with the guys out on the floor, and I don't see a lot. Jarrett is at 33%. He's in the far corner there, now moving even further into the corner. So if he gets the ball, you might want to think about fouling, but otherwise, play good defense, get a stop. He's got the ball here, and it's a steal, another steal. Taking it to the hole, Trayvon, tying us at 94. Here's Johnson now for Cape Fear. Last shot time for the Sea Devils. They can still win this thing. No timeout. Johnson pull up for the win. No. Rebound fought for, and we're going to overtime number 2. Why not? 94-94. My goodness. I'm going to go catch my breath. You guys do the same. We'll be right back with overtime number 2 here in just a moment. On to overtime number 2. Brunswick wins the opening tip again, all tied at 94. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. This has been a classic. These two rivals playing one of the better games, 43rd all-time meeting, and it's been a dandy. Glad you could have been a part of it as well. Trayvon Spencer throws it away. So after Cape Fear coughed the ball up a couple of times to end the first overtime, Brunswick with a turnover to start overtime number 2. Dakari Johnson. This is Jones. Here's James. The 3 leading scorers on the team. Johnson open look. Can't get the 3 to go. And the rebound controlled by Scarborough. Here come the Dolphins trying to strike first. Campbell on the wing. Here's Silas Love. Back out to Campbell. Steps right. The step back by Campbell. Thought he was going to get a foul called there, but guess who? Adrian Scarborough cleaning it up. 96-94 in favor of Brunswick. 3:54 remaining here in this second overtime. Johnson near midcourt. Dakari goes left. Love on him on a switch. Now Spencer comes to help. Forces the miss, but nobody there to rebound, and Farrell cleans it up. Even Steven once again. Here's Campbell. 10 against 10 here. Johnson guarding Campbell. 3:20 remaining. Silas Love looking to back down. Size advantage there for Silas. Couldn't get it to go. Tips the rebound, and he's fouled. So Silas Love will go back to the line. It has not been pretty for Silas at the free throw line here tonight. Both teams are in the bonus. It's 2 shots no matter what for Cape Fear here on the shooting foul. One of the alum, Marcus Graham, saying this is looking like Wake and Duke last night. Yeah, a little bit, Marcus, but both of these teams are actually good, so come on now. That Wake team. That was a fluke, brother. I love Danny Manning, though. Man, he is. I don't know what he's doing wrong there, but Love couldn't get him to go down. So here we go. Cape Fear with the basketball. Tie ball game. Jones. Here's James. James driving. Love wrapped him up. James stays with it. Well, I thought he was out of bounds. And Colada can't get the runner. Ball tipped to Pope. And a foul is called now on Jones, who can't believe it. Jeremiah Pope to the line for 2 free throws. Pope on the season, 77%. That's the 5th foul on Talton Jones. The team's 3rd leading scorer will go to the bench. They got a good one to bring in, though. Farrell checking right back in. No correction, that's not Farrell. Farrell's out there. Green, I believe, coming in. Pope gives Brunswick the 1-point lead. 2:46 to go here in overtime number 2. Two-point game. Trap is on again for Brunswick. It worked late in the first overtime. Cape Fear able to gather this time, though. Dakari Johnson. Here's Green. Shot clock is down to 10. Johnson on the wing. Double team comes. And Kalade for 3. No. Spencer's got the rebound. And this is a tense one. Campbell. Pope with the hand in his face. Got it to go. Jeremiah Pope, red hot all year long, gives his team a 5-point lead all by himself here in this second overtime. Johnson to the bucket, draws the foul. And it seems like every time Brunswick looks like they're going to pull away, Dakari Johnson says, okay, time to turn it up. That's 5 on Adrian Scarborough. So his day is done. Corey Rutherford will come in for him. Corey has hit a couple of big shots in the second half and overtime. Zachary Johnson, 76% free throw shooter, 11th in scoring in Division II, or in Division I, excuse me, in the NJCAA at 23.2 points per ball game. What is in the water in Rayford, North Carolina? Johnson got them both. 3-point ball game. 1:51 remaining. Here's Rutherford on the wing. Silas Love, top of the key. Now Campbell. Shot clock at 11. Campbell attacking and scoring. Jordan Campbell makes it a two-possession game again. 90 seconds left to go here in overtime number 2. Johnson takes it left side. Guarded by Spencer. Green attacks. Tied up, and oh boy, Farrell got a break. Farrell was tied up underneath, and the officials bail him out. So Trayvon Farrell, 63% free throw shooter, will go to the line. Chance to make it a one-possession game again if he can get this second one. Farrell's played good minutes off the bench for Cape Fear here tonight. And got them both. One-possession game again. 103-100. Remember earlier in the first half when I said this is a low-scoring one by these two team standards? Not anymore. Inside 1 minute to go. Oh, bad pass. And a bad turnover there for Brunswick. Brunswick has lost so many close games to the top teams in the region here this season. Johnson will let it roll, and Brunswick get up on the ball. Johnson picks it up just inside midcourt. Takes it to the right side. Quick trigger three by James, an air ball. Pope the rebound. Brunswick out running. Here is Spencer, the one-hand jam. And it's Brunswick's game to lose at this point. 44 seconds left to go. Quick three. No good. Ball batted out. Pope's got it. So Pope trying to hang on to it. They're trying to foul. No whistle called, so they go to Love, who scores. Boy, Cape Fear was trying to foul there. 3-possession game. Sea Devils got to go quickly. Brunswick got to let them go. Yeah. So Johnson misses. Now Farrell cleans it up. 2-possession game. And Cape Fear calls for time. So it's pretty simple from here if you're Brunswick. If you hit your free throws, you're going to win. You're going to stop this long losing streak to your rivals. The Sea Devils and Dolphins meeting for the 43rd time. Cape Fear leads the overall series 27-15. Sea Devils have won the last 14 games. Got to go back to January 11th, 2014. The last time Brunswick won in this series. And that game was 84-67. They didn't have quite the same afternoon and evening that we had here at Brunswick. So we're going to step aside here for about 30 seconds. It'll be Brunswick to inbound. They lead late in this second overtime, 107-102. We'll be right back. Team's best free throw shooter, Reese McDonald, is out on the floor, and Cape Fear will foul Reese McDonald with 14.9 left to go. So Brunswick runs 5 seconds off the clock here. 5-point game. If Reese can hit these both, it'll be a 3-possession game once again. Reese McDonald, an outside shot at the all-time free throw percentage, by the way. He's dipped a little bit at 83%. And bounces in the first one. This is the one you want, though, if you're Brunswick. This makes it a 3-possession game. Got it to go. Big one there for Reese McDonald, who will check out. With some ice in his veins, Reese McDonald goes right back to the bench, and the Dolphins will try to close it out here. 14 seconds left to go. Dakari Johnson, got to go quickly. Johnson forces up the 3, can't get it to go. Rutherford the rebound, and the streak is going to end. A little icing on the cake for Spencer and the Dolphins, as they're going to get out of here with a big victory. 111 to 102. The Brunswick Dolphins finally get the monkey off their backs, defeating Cape Fear for the first time since 2014 here in 2 overtime periods. What a fantastic game. As you see over on your right, the Dolphins players meeting some, I believe that's the Dolphins baseball team, who came to show their support here in this rivalry game, and a fantastic effort really by both teams, but the Dolphins with just a little more energy here in this second overtime. So Brunswick goes to 21-8, 15-3, now a new record for most home wins in a season, surpassing the 08-09 team, who won 14. And they go to 7-5 now in Region 10 play. One more game for the Dolphins on Sunday. It'll be at home against Combine. Go check that one out if you can. And the Region 10 tournament will get started on March 5th in Pinehurst, North Carolina at Sandhills Community College. Folks, again, it's been my pleasure. I want to thank Walter Shaw, and I want to thank all of you for joining us all season long. I really do appreciate not only the vision by Walter Shaw to try this crazy idea that I brought to him when I knew we were leaving the area last year, but for working with me and for having that vision, and his support means a lot to me, and your support does as well. It's been nice to get to know some of you a little bit remotely, but still, it's been a pleasure, and I hope we can do it bigger and better next season. So, once again, your final, it's Brunswick 111, Cape Fear 102, the Dolphins' 21st win of the season, new record for home victories at 15. For everybody at Brunswick Community College, my name's Chris Sheeman, saying my good nights and good luck to you. Let's talk again in November. Take care until then.